Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? All right. I hope you all are doing so well. It seems like a kind of strange week. I just can't get into the flow of it here. And get into summertime and time seems just different because there's so much going on. So many things to do. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the card. And tonight we have the 10 of Swords. Maybe not one that we want to see. You know, it's related to rune in the Thoth system. In other tarot systems, very much related to kind of an ending, often kind of painful, exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, sometimes crisis arising. But I like some of the Thoth interpretations because it's more about like the wisdom we gain through painful experiences, painful ends, separations. You know, when we've been through some kind of difficult time or, you know, whatever it is that's happening, accidents or emergencies, it could be all kinds of different things, but its focus is on the experience that we have, the knowledge and wisdom that we gain through these experiences. So I like this idea of kind of being like forged in fire, right? Really just tough and withstanding and this, I want to just look at this right here. We have a large, and it looks like a phoenix. Okay, so it looks like we have the wings and the head and the tail hanging down, and very much the same energy, that rising from the ashes, surviving. Sorry, I heard some weird sound outside. I think it's a dog out there. And here we have Pudgy entering the frame, coming to say hello. So we have a beautiful phoenix coming out of the situation, whatever the situation is, better off than before, right? Kind of in a more powerful form. Very much this idea of, yeah, being forged in the fire. And these cats, there's a reading I did, I think it was Leo, and the half of it is the cat cleaning me. TT, not Pudgy. Now we have Pudgy in here getting pets. Come down. Come on. Come on my lap. Thank you. All right, so let's look around. We have this beautiful image of just really kind of, you know, survival, growth, evolution. And come on. You're going to have to go out of the room if you don't listen. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry about that. I had to unfortunately get the cat out of here. Okay, so we have on where the Phoenix is turned over, we have these two people. We have one here and we have one here. And it looks like, honestly, I feel that it seems like there's conflict there. Okay. And I really, and over here as well, I feel like there's just kind of these scenes of argument, conflict, battle, maybe. And I feel like this has just been a time where it's just been emotionally exhausting. I think it's the end of some kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be family, a work relationship, friendship, whatever, acquaintance. But I feel like it's actually maybe not so much that. I think it's somebody who you are close with, because the amount of emotional, you can see with all of the tea leaves that it seems like there's quite a bit of emotional fallout. I think that this person they seem very aggressive, right? They just have like kind of a really, their energy feels off. Like they just seem really kind of, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's almost like maybe just deeply kind of unhappy or angry. Kind of like the type of person that when you have like good news and you share it with them, they're just upset. They don't want, they just are like, it makes them angry for you to succeed. It makes them angry for you to share any kind of success that you have or happiness, or, it seems like you've had to kind of walk on eggshells with them, and whatever has happened recently kind of, I think, is just the last blow up. And even I get this impression that this is like, even after you like have spent some time away from them, you maybe don't see them every day, or, for weeks at a time, but every time you see them, it just is so emotionally draining. There's so many kind of like mental gymnastics that take place just to like navigate through a gauntlet with this person without like setting them off. And after you kind of leave their presence, it's just an icky residue of a feeling. And I think that you finally just are to the point where you just don't want to interact with this person anymore. You don't want them in your life. Maybe there was something like really big that happened. Maybe it was just like a little thing that was the last straw for you. But I think through this process of like detaching from them, there is kind of this emotional fallout and emotional pain. I think that there's also some kind of, maybe back and forth. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're just not engaging with them. But I feel like this is the kind of person, not in like a narcissist, where if you set boundaries, if you decide like, hey, I don't feel like we connect anymore. I don't have space in my life for you right now, or probably ever. I just feel like I need to stop communicating, stop seeing you, whatever. This is like the type of person who is going to totally lose it. And, you know, maybe just go off on you on social media or, you know, whatever it is, in person, try to slander you or whatever their tactics are. I don't think that this is somebody who's just going to go quietly into the night kind of thing. But I think that, you know, just staying fortified, staying resolute about your decision and just continuing on, you know, it's going to lead you into a calm down. I feel like socially you're going to have like a much easier time. I feel like this person is chaotic with other people, so it's not a matter of like nobody understanding why you would, you know, like you're such a bad person for turning your back on them or whatever. It's like apparent that this person, you know, something, they're just not like a good friend. Maybe not a good relationship to have. I also wonder if they're just kind of a person that cycles through people often, right? Like they always have a new best friend or a new relationship constantly. And, you know, there's not a lot of self-awareness there. So I think that this is really a good decision for you to kind of protect your private life, right? We have to be so careful about who we let into our sacred spaces, our homes, our, you know, just interacting one-on-one with, around our families especially. You know, I'm not a very social person anyways, but I am like really vigilant about the people that are in my private spaces, and you know, very few people who I would call my friends, my, you know, actual friends. And you know, oftentimes it's people I've known for a long time. So you know, but I think that it's important. I mean, it's important to be discerning about who you let around you. Especially, I think as we get older, you just kind of, I mean, not everybody, but I think a lot of us just get to a point where it's like you are not going to have halfway friends. You don't want to have people in your life that you are questioning, is this an actual friend, or what do they mean when they're saying things to you? Are they, a big one to me is when people are not happy for you when good things are happening. You know, I think oftentimes people love to be around when bad things happen, just because it's like a, I don't know, like, well, you know, when you drive past an accident, people turn and look, right? And there's kind of that vibe when things are falling apart in your life. But sometimes when, you know, things are going well, it doesn't have to be like super well or anything, but you know, you're just kind of getting through life with some ease, you know, no major crises, and then you know, you're not that interesting to people like this. So or you trigger something inside of them that they just can't deal with other people doing well or doing better than they're doing, or they perceive that to be the case, right? And so you have to be wary of I don't know, I guess. Well, hello. Now the other cat's in here. All right. So, I also want to look at this one. I really like this. It looks like a pretty flower growing, sprouting. There's, blooming, I should say, and, opening up, and we have another flower right here. And, It almost looks, it feels like a person in their garden, which is really on my mind lately. All this gardening. I'm sure you've seen me post about it. So I just feel like, you know, after we, I mean, goodness, when we cut things out of our life, come over here, please. Now I'm not going to argue with you after the other one. All right. So hold her like a baby during my readings lately. She gets jealous of the baby, our toddler. And when our baby goes to sleep for the night, then these cats, they really get in there for their attention. Okay, so yes, garden. I feel like, you know, when we cut out things that are so emotionally intense that demand our attention constantly. And really, honestly, friendships should not be like that. Relationships, okay. I mean, you know, hopefully it's, you know, more in a functional way. You want to spend your time and attention, but it's not always some crisis, one thing after another. You know, at least being kind of orchestrated. But when we kind of decide this is not working for me, this is not, you know, helpful, I don't like this energy in my real life. Like, if I wanted this kind of energy, I would take, you know, little samples of it by like watching reality TV show, which is like what I do. I like to watch some reality TV drama, and that's all the drama I want in my life. So once this kind of is cleared out and you have all of this extra space where these kind of real chaotic feelings and, you know, psychic energies and just, you know, having to probably do a lot of things you don't want to do. Okay, thank you. And once all that stuff is kind of gone, cleared away, you have the space to really work on the friendships that you have that are way more respectful. You know, the things in your own home life, you know, like projects, hobbies, literally gardening. But I feel like even more than that, it's just like an atmosphere of like abundant evolution, I guess. What am I trying to say here? It's like when you walk into a greenhouse and there's just that certain kind of humid air that's perfect for all the plants, and the plants are so vibrant and unfurled and, you know, tangled into each other, and everybody's happy and they're thriving. Okay, I feel like this is the kind of energy that has been, you know, kind of obscured by this heavy, dark, toxic kind of cloud that's been looming in your life, right? And you might not even realize how bad it kind of was until it's not there anymore. And then you kind of look around and you think, wow, I feel way less, you know, uptight, twisted up, as my husband and I like to say. You know, and listen, we've all had these kinds of things, these people in our lives, friendships. I don't want to give examples because I don't know who is lingering in my life anymore. Probably not anybody, but I also don't want to disparage anybody, even if it's like with no names. But I have had people, definitely, even long friendships, where it's like you're constantly just trying to figure out where you kind of are at with each other. it's like one time it can be really cool and everybody's getting along. We're like making plans. We excited to do stuff. And then the next thing you know, it's like, you know, am I like being blown off, or did they just kind of like, you know, I don't know, just give me like some weird attitude, or, you know, it's constant trying to figure out the way that they're saying things or whatever it is. And it's a lot of emotional grief, I think, mental grief as well. And, you know, ultimately, I guess you want to get to a point in your life where you don't worry about that stuff. But if you're like me, don't do that. If you're like me, I mean, who knows if you'll ever get there, right? But anyways, I really do think, and I see this person here with their arms up, and I think this is like two things in my mind. This is either running for your life to get out of here, just get away from them, or kind of like jumping for joy with the freedom of don't you dare touch that mic. Yes, running for your life or jumping for joy, kind of both at the same time, right? And it's kind of funny because it almost looks like the legs are running faster than the body. Like it's just, it wants to get out of there so bad. So I think that you've made a good choice, okay? And I think that this is going to end up being a happier time. And right as I say this, I'm looking at this and it looks like there's a little hill. And I really think that just, it's going to be a little tough at first. I think, like I said, this person's not going to just let it go. But I think if you just really don't engage, even like deactivate your social media, or, you know, block them on text or whatever it is that you need to do so you're not seeing what they're saying or trying to get a hold of you or whatever. Just, you know, going off grid for a minute. And I think then, you know, once you're over that initial kind of hump there, you are going to be in the clear and things are going to be a-okay. You're going to be wonderful. Okay, so I think this is going to be like in the next 3 weeks, something is really just going to take place, and it's going to, you know, just kind of play out, and it'll be fine. And hopefully then you'll have a nice summer or winter wherever you are. You know, you can enjoy the season without all of the dramas. All right. Are you comfortable? This cat, she lays on me just like a little baby. All right. So I want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm always so honored to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it will help us get into the algorithm. And, you know, by us, I mean the channel, you, me, everybody in the community here. We are growing. And the cat, she wanted me to mention her, TT. Okay. And we're growing one person at a time, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. Other than that, please leave a comment. You know, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if your friendship breakup goes well. Hopefully you're, you know, gonna be on the other side of it soon. Hopefully maybe this has already come to pass and it's just kind of confirmation. Don't forget about that Phoenix rising, okay? Definitely a big formation in there, and a really important thing to keep in mind when you are going through something that is so hard. Sometimes losing a friendship is like, it feels like a death or like a divorce or whatever. And, you know, it's just, there aren't really the same rules that we're supposed to kind of abide. People can get a little out of pocket. So, you know, just, you know, try to keep your head up and stay supported by the people who do treat you well, you know. Okay, and other than that, this cat's cleaning herself. I'm going to say goodnight. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll talk again soon.